chair plays of the week. Is it a goal line stand or someone going deep? Top 10 plays of the week. A few good moves can make you win or get beat. Coach Marion on the call. John Madden, football. Who made the play and who's still standing tall? Top 10 plays of the week. Who's got the power? Who's got the peak? Top 10 plays of the week. Watch them rise, watch them fall.
Oh my goodness. This song I do not own the rights to, but I gotta play it one more time. Last time.
I'm about to show you what fast is. I catch a slant and I cash in. I'm Justin Jefferson last year. Gritty with it. I'm in Cincinnati, I'm hitting the icky shuffle cause I be in the city with it. Touchdown in Atlanta, I'm hitting the dirty bird cause that's when they was really winning. I left from the A and went to the Bay like 94 prime time. Or I'm in the NFL, man, 24 grind time. Here we gon' get it and truck through you. Justin Tucker gon' kick it like Kung Fu. Tyreek and Water my 1-2 and that defense be stopping the run too. We out in Dallas, AT&T. Dak just did a play action and hit him deep. No X factors on CD, he's still a beast. Toss it back to McCaffrey, he killing cleats. Lamar Jackson got help, so we finna see. Andrews and Bateman and ODB. A-Rod done win up the NYC. They got Saucy DB and he play for keeps. Saquon gon' look like the MVP. We know the East run the NFC. AFC gotta go through the Chiefs. Pat Mahomes on the throne trying to get him 3. Pat Mahomes on the throne trying to get him 3. Victory formation, take a knee. Allen and Diggs up in Buffalo, but we know Burrow and Chase wanna get a piece. Philly got Hurts, and he put in work. The Eagles is thirsty, they wanna be first, they wanna be great. If you wanna stay at the top of your game, put in work every day, let's play.
That is the last time I'll be playing that song. Thank you, Fasico. It was a great song. I like it when people used to score in that song. Yeah, I used to like that. But anyway, I'm Coach Marion, and we're trying to get out of season 2. We're trying to get out of season 2. And yes, it's coming. We're now in week 13. Week 13. It's a little slow right now, guys, man. And I know I've been away from him. I'm just watching how it's just these guys are not doing their thing. But it's going to change. Everything's getting rewritten. Guys, answer these questions because I don't want any problems when we start and we lay out the new rules. Copy and paste if you need. That's what it's here for, to help out other leagues. Obviously, a lot of guys like what we're doing. And we're finding guys making success out of it. Or some are starting and failing. It is not easy having a successful league. I was just in the league, and let me tell you, this league was crazy. You can only use one play per drive. So if you had an inside zone, you could not use an inside zone on that drive anymore down. Same concept. You had to use something else. You could not take your linebacker and run around. And if you did, you had to use the strafe button. You had to use the strafe button. Imagine that. I couldn't do it anyway. So all you guys that pick your linebacker and go play DB, you can't do that. It's not real. It's fake ass shit. All right? You're not going to see a linebacker break off his coverage and go cover a wide receiver. And that's some of the things that we're seeing from Madden players, because that's what Madden players do. But football players play positional football. So everybody that's running around with the linebacker, making things unrealistic, that's not what the Coaches League is about. So as you guys start seeing these questions, how many times should we be able to flip a play? Why do guys flip plays? They flip plays because, you know why they flip plays, man. They flip plays because they're making an advantage. They're getting an advantage, right? A lot of these changes are coming from one other than, well, one of the biggest reasons, and it's a very important reason to me, which is the Jets, Julio. He lost interest because he's seen a lot of things that are unrealistic. However, I still have my own mind. I know a great core of guys when I see a great core of guys. But in order for something to work, the guys in charge must be a part of what's going on. The Jets, and I want to talk about the Jets because and Cheese. Yeah, I see Cheese. Yeah, I hate linebackers chasing all around the field. That's corny. That's definitely corny. So if you do it, you know you're one of those cheese players. But yeah, we're not having that. But the Jets, you cannot keep giving out these free wins. So I have to have a talk with my guy Julio, and you figure out what you're going to do. But in order for this coaches league to work, you must be a part of the process. If you're not part of the process, I got to keep grooving the way I'm grooving. I was always a firm believer if you are trying, I repeat, if you are trying to make something better, you got to be a part of the change. If you're not, because I don't want to do everything, but I want to take everybody's information. And what I'm doing is collecting all the information from the league. And if you're not answering, that's fine. Like, one of the biggest questions I have right now, I got 7 guys that's not coming back, and each one of them have a reason why they're not coming back. Okay? 7 of them disagree with me on some things, in some way. So what I got to do, and since I'm not hearing from those 7 guys, I must continue to move on and make changes. But when you build something for 7 years, you try to keep everybody together. If you can't, you can't. What does Snipe say? Everybody knows who Snipe is. Snipe TV. Snipe TV Gaming. Make sure you go visit him. You'll see the very Superman logo-ish Snipe TV Gaming. You slide, folks. You slide. You just let the folks slide. Okay? I am actually building another office. And Shine Dog, you're doing okay. You're almost there. I had to get up this morning. When I started, I had to download everything. It wasn't updated. No, I'm just messing with you. But no, it takes a lot to run a league. But your job is just to advance. So just advancing, you see how tough it is, right? Because you got to be on it. When these guys play games, I'm 24/7 with that league, man, with this league. But I'm trying to back away from it. So part of RMNFL, and a lot of you guys did not do it, and it's okay. Wait, I must push this button. Did I push the button? Is it? It's dark, right, guys? I think the screen's dark. Okay, it's back. So the team report stuff kind of blown out the window. We had a blankety blank contract. Everybody paid their fees. Once you join the league, you play your first game, there's no refund. Some guys quit. This whole 35-hour stuff, a lot of guys, yeah, I got it back. I was going over, if I cut out, I was going over the things about we have a family, and sometimes family members fight, but sometimes you get one that eggs on, or you get one that is the instigator, you got one as a follower, then you have the leader, then you have the guy that wants to steal stuff, and then the other ones follow suit. So you try to forget all that because it is a video game, but we do have a product that is good and it's different from most, and everybody knows it's different. So right now I'm getting all these rules that I'm trying to ask you guys, and you're looking at it, you're not responding. And even the guys that are trying to fade away, answer it. You have the concept in your league, just answer it. It's kind of cool to know that people like what you're doing, and we're growing from that. So at least that's happening. So the 35 hours thing went to crap. We got to find out what we're going to do with this Jets team. That's one of my good friends in RMNFL. And because you're a good friend, I'm trying to give you the ability. I mean, I'm trying to give you the time to talk to you. So I know you got your internet back. I know you're busy unpacking, but we gotta have some type of communication on what to do with this team. We're giving out free wins. We're not a regular league where we're just doing forced wins. And what's gonna end up happening is I'm gonna take extreme. I don't want to cut it, but I want to bring all those guys over here and reload it. That's what I'll have to do, and just reload it with new guys. I'm trying to let Reggie do his thing. Good job, Reggie, filling the team. That's what commissioners do when they run a brand. You have to be able to fill teams, and the guys in the league help out. But this little thing here is not really working. So mostly everybody broke it. Not everybody, but there's a lot of guys that broke this. There's a lot of guys that did not use the Discord 6 times at least 6 times a year. And there's a lot of guys that did not want to be on the stream, and some are no longer here. All right. We are a league, a story. We have a storyline. I had people in my DM talk about guys in the league. What is Noah doing? What is Fasico doing? What is Edwin doing? What is Kareem doing? These are the guys that are constantly on the damn stream, and they're getting annoyed because they're always on. But these are the guys that are also winning every year. Every year. But guys are getting better because things are starting to happen. And what is starting to happen? Other guys either are quitting. Other guys are still continuing their run. Will is starting to come back here, play the different guy. Juice is no longer here. He quit because he was in another league that forced him and gave him a loss when he won. But Will, 7-5, 46-27, beating the Titans. Fasico's still on his run, 9-3. Big game, close game. Something crazy happened with Reggie in another game. He told me he threw a pass and it went backwards 80 yards, but not this game. We're still starting to see some funny stuff going on in RMNFL, in Madden. Saints still doing his thing. Getting to the playoffs, 9-3. 24-14. By the way, we have a team in Extreme that needs a user because the user broke his hand and cannot play. We have a Cowboys user that took over, Brian, who's playing with the Cowboys. He just lost and the game desynced against Seattle. First game after not playing Madden in 2 years, you did a good job against a great team, which was Seattle. We're not going to have any recap on that because it desynced. Buccaneers getting a win over the Chiefs. The Chiefs will be going to less in Madden 27, so get your use out of him. And, of course, he would not have Patrick Mahomes because you guys know the first season we do what the real NFL does. So I wonder what that team's going to be like. But Les is playing very good in RMNFL. In fact, he just won another game. He's now 7-5, and he is playing some solid people and winning. He is a college coach in the making and trying to do his thing. Let's see. Mr. Gino played my guy, Lurk Mania, and ended up losing. But he's still 8-4, 28-14. Kyler Murray is doing it for the Browns. I cannot do nothing with him, obviously. I can't do nothing with anybody. So I'm just chilling right now. This is my typical off season, which the Giants, who was set to win the Super Bowl again, beat me 35-14. Jordan. Dolphins beat the Bears, not Edwin. I just leave the name there. It's not Edwin. 37-16. This Bears team is not doing it. I don't know what's going on with Dustin, but it did not do it. And we have the 49ers beating the Rams. Sherwood getting beat. And the Steelers beating Richard Page. Very interesting how the Steelers game has been turned around. I think he's won. I shouldn't think, I should know. But the Steelers is on a winning streak. He's actually on a winning streak, and he's doing a really good job right now. So I don't know what you changed, but you beat some solid people. Coach Rev, you beat Reggie 41-38. You beat Carter 24-23. Doesn't matter what the score is. It matters what the win is. And Richard Page is not a person to sleep on because he beat Noah. But 45-38. So shout out to Coach Rev for winning another game. That's his third win in a row. Third win in a row for Coach Rev. So Commanders. Wait, you know what? I think I did something wrong. I'm going to go backwards. Commanders beaten. Is this last week or this week? This is this week. 28-21, big game. You beat a good player. Kareem, you beat Kareem. That was a really good win. 28-21. However you did it, great job. Let me see something. Somebody's sending me some messages. Okay. There was a question. These questions are not to say you're here, you're not. These questions are just to say, to familiarize you with what these blocking schemes are. There was a blocking scheme question by one of our coaches, college coaches, and the question was, what is the difference between zone blocking and gap blocking? Okay? And I always say there's a basic answer and there's an intense answer based on the formations, all right? Zone blocking, we have, some say lateral, some say horizontal, some say up, some say down. Zone blocking comes from the movement in the defensive front that is moving in a horizontal way. The gap blocking is based on vertical movement in the defensive front. So the Saints said something real crazy because he be saying some crazy stuff, and I enjoy him for whatever he says, but I don't take him horrible. He's just a funny guy. Yes, he's a funny guy. He said none of this has anything to do with Madden. It does. That's why when you see Noah come down through the gap, it's because he understands if you're going to double team, you're leaving an opening. If you're going to shift, he's going to go to the opposite gap that he's supposed to cover. That is no longer covered. So you have to understand these things. It is part of football. It is part of Madden. The only thing that not part of Madden is ebook and YouTube, but it is part of Madden. But it is part of football. So you will use it if you understand it. If you understand it, it's going to make you a better player. Just answer the questions, guys. Send in a DM. There's no right, there's no wrong. It's just understanding that if you're in a triangle as a linebacker, you have the two guards to read and the running back on one side and running back on the other side. So just understand it. There's a drill we run out of it. That's why I asked the question. So our coaches league is definitely going to be coming, and we're going to make it so you cannot partake in the ebook stuff. We're going to try to make it as close as we can to realistic football. And for the guys that just can't do it, hey, there's a billion people that play Madden, and I will say I will find the right guys without a doubt. I will. So if you're not a ebook player, or you don't use YouTube to make your game better, and you wanna play Madden like realistically the best way you can, this is the league for you. All right. So once we pay out our extreme, I'll talk to Reggie on what we're gonna do moving forward. But right now, I need a volunteer from RM NFL to go play as the Lions. All right, just DM me, say, hey, I'll play as them to help you guys out. You're actually helping Reggie out. Okay? Just go play as the Lions and get the victory. He's in the playoffs. And I forget what week we're in there. I can check right now. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that. When it comes to Extreme, we are on week 18. Okay? The Lions are the #1 seed. And the guy broke his hand. Guy broke his hand. So what am I going to do with that team? I can take it. I ain't going to get far, but I'll take it. I don't want to mess the team up, though. But, yeah. They're the #1 seed. I have to find somebody to take that team. I haven't looked, but we're going to do something about it. Reggie, I'm going to do something about it. Let me handle that, please. But, yeah, the Coaches League is coming. Let's talk about the next week that's coming up, though. And, again, once again, Julio, please reach out to me, man. I got to do something with this team. We can't keep letting that team go, man. You got to jump on this and take ownership of the Jets. I don't care, win, lose, or whatever. You got to finish, man, because this is not something that we do. And if it was somebody else, they'd be gone. So we have to take care of it. Let me pull up the next week moving forward, and I want to go down the list on who I believe is going to win, lose, and I'm going to call out a couple teams that we are going to go on the network, and that's just how it's going to be, because we got to get back to what we do. But looking at week number 14, we have the Patriots and the Dolphins. Dolphins should clean up the Patriots. He is playing well, except he just lost. Or will it be the Patriots cleaning up the Dolphins? We'll find out. Bills should win this game. All right? Bills should win this game. I don't know what's going on with Ralph, but I think he belongs in the NFC West like he used to be, which was on Seattle. Next, we have the Falcons and the Saints. TJ. I don't know what's going on with TJ. Started out strong. He has definitely fallen to some type of Madden coma. And he's not doing as well as he used to. He is now 1-15. He might be tanking like a couple people to get himself a QB. I don't know. But you're not going to beat me in that #1 draft pick. All right. Vikings and Giants. Everybody knows what's going to happen here. The Giants is going to run over the Vikings, and this game will go on the network because I support the Giants, and the Giants is set to win unless he's going to let the Vikings spank them. So this one here will be a game that is going to give the Vikings at least a 14-point spread. All right, we'll give them 14.5. I think it's going to be 14.5. It could change by then, but it will be 14 as of right now. Chargers and the Bengals. Listen, Chargers, I know you're playing cocky and everything, but with this running game that Geno got right now, I'm not so sure. And plus, he wants to win this game. So I'm going to go with the Bengals on this one because of that ground game. And then we have the Texans and the Eagles. All right, Texans and the Eagles. Last time I put the Eagles on, he got blown out. I don't know what's going to happen in this game, but I don't want to cover it. I don't want to cover it. The reason why I don't want to cover it is because I feel like the Texans should win this game. Yeah, I think the Texans are going to win this game. All right, Detroit. I know who's going to win this one. Detroit's going to win this one. He's going to get himself in the playoffs. Jaguars. I don't think you got it. I don't think you got it anymore, T. Hill. I think you're flopping here. Steelers will win this game. And then we have the 49ers and the Broncos. Noah's going for his 5th Super Bowl. Yes, when you're going for your 5th Super Bowl, that means anybody in your way, you're going to clobber. 49ers, I don't know what to say here. I'm going to let it go because you're my boy, but I don't think you're going to be able to do it, all right? I'm sorry. Don't be upset. Cardinals or the Rams? Rams should win this one. Depending on what day of the week it is, I can take care of it. Right now, the Rams is going to win. All right, Panthers and the Raiders. Reggie's still a little bit upset over the loss, so Reggie might pull this one off. But again, we never know what Richard Page we're going to get. And the Bears and the Packers should run all over the Bears, make them go hibernate. Dustin, what's going on, man? You were supposed to take over for the GOAT, man. Not flop for the GOAT. All right. Cowboys. Again, this is Brian. He's going to be playing Will. Brian has this is going to be a strange game because I don't know how this game's going to get played. It could be played over the weekend, though. It might get played over the weekend. It's going to be a weekend game. Second game for the Cowboys, which is Brian. Coach should win this game. Brian could win this game if he can get himself together. If not, Coach should win this game. And we have the Browns and the Ravens. This game is definitely going on Game of the Week. I don't care what you guys say. We are getting this game on the network because last game, the Browns gave the ass whooping to the Ravens. And the Ravens said, I'm beating you this week. So this week, for week 14, this game will not be played. And we will have a $50 guess the winner and the score, $50. We'll do $50, and I'll see if I can throw another $50 in there. I'll tell you why. But this game is definitely going on Game of the Week. And I need to get both of these guys together in Discord with me to talk about this game. Now, advances tonight. This game has to be played. I'm telling you guys, please make this game. Whatever you do for me, if you could please make this like a Saturday night. Please. I'm asking you guys. Because I have to see this game. I want to see this game. I want to call this game. Let's get ready. I think we got a big one here. Or maybe Snipe. Maybe we get Snipe involved. Or maybe all three of us. But we got to get this game covered because I brought this guy in here to take care of that AFC East and AFC North, and he's doing a great job. He is now at the top of the division at 10-7. The Browns. All right, the Browns. Let's go look at the divisions real fast. Let's go look at the divisions real quick. I still think it's going to be the Giants taking on the Broncos. But when we break it down into division, we got, let's see here, the North. It's not showing that the Browns is on top because we didn't advance. But guess what? Our good old Neon has said that the Browns is on top. All right. And it's looking pretty good here. All three of these teams have a chance to make it to the playoffs. So that's the good part. All right, I like that. AFC South, Texas is still on top. Texas is still on top. Let me make sure. I'm gonna make sure. Let me pull it up on Neon because I think the Neon is more accurate. For some reason, Neon's more accurate than what we got going on here in the game because we did not advance. I know once we advance, it's gonna do that. What week do we start seeing the playoff stuff? That's what I got to figure out. All right, so let's go over here. This looks a little bit more cleaner. Now at 10-7. There we go. Ravens 9-7. 7-10. Okay, 7-10. Why did I think that was an 8? All right, Jaguars. The Jaguars clinched. Okay, Jaguars clinched. No, I'm in the wrong league. My bad. Let me go back. Sorry, guys. I'm human. I make mistakes. I'm in the wrong league. Now we got it. My fault. I think you're looking at the wrong league. I just got the messages coming in. Thank you, Jordan. Here we go. I knew something was wrong. All right. All right. Let's make this a little bit bigger since now we're good. All right, now we're good. 9-3, 9-3. After this game this week, the winner will be on top. Thank you. All right, 8-4. Bengals still in the race. 8-4, 7-5, 7-6. Juice, I don't know what would have happened if Juice would have stayed, but man, you can't be a rage quitter, man. That was a kid on the making. I wanted to see what he was going to be like in the Coaches League too, and he ended that saga quick. Bills, always getting them good records, but never closing. But he is 9-3. Mr. Melquan, celebrating down there, who's going to have a new child. 9-3. Dolphins 5. This league is in shambles too. This division. All right. Broncos running the show. Chargers hanging in there, and the rest are just there. And I'm gonna tell you, man, I cannot wait to see this game here. Let me make sure I'm correct here, because how many times did the Lions play? All right, yes, this is gonna be good. So I cannot wait to see the Packers. Yeah, I cannot wait to see the Packers play the Lions again, because the Packers got beat by the Lions, and so did Minnesota. All right, so they play again. Man, we got some good games that are going to be cooking up, and that's going to be nice. I like that. So we have a lot going on in this league. That is going to be good. Let me go back on some more standings here, because I was looking at extreme. Okay, so here we go. So yeah, I was looking at the wrong league, man. Make sure this is it. Okay, yeah, this is it. I'm still good. Here we go. Let's see. Saints owning it. Just running the show. Cowboys. Giants just took off. Just took off. Will the Eagles make the playoffs? Will the Eagles make the playoffs? That would be a question for himself to answer. If he loses, we may not see the Eagles anymore in the run. Because let's see who he has left. The Eagles might not make it to playoffs. He might not make it to the playoffs. He has the Texans. He has the Colts. He has his rival here. And maybe Brian will get himself together and win this game. And maybe Gino will have to win. But the Eagles is on the brink of not getting back to the playoffs, and that is going to be something else. Seahawks in an easy division. He's always going to make it. 9-3. We did not give him a battle. Last year was more of a battle than this year. But he's 9-3. And let's see. I'm going to tell you how far the Seahawks would go based on who he played. Has he played any playoff teams? He lost against the Eagles, lost against Buffalo, and he lost against the Giants. So, losing team, losing team, losing team, losing team, losing team, losing team, and losing team. So, guess what? Seattle will not go far. It will be over quick. So, it will be over quick. I'll tell you right now, you got to have some competition in order to get good in here, because when you start playing these guys who are not really that good and you have them on your schedule, it doesn't make you any better. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and set this advance. Noah will get the win. I hate this. This is really killing me. Julio, please reach out to me. This is not fair to me, and it's not fair to the league. Cowboys did play, and it desynced with the Seattle Seahawks winning. All right. So I do have a couple games that I want to see next week. And guys, please reach out to me and get these games set up accordingly to my schedule and your schedule. But Saturday night, I want to see the Ravens and the Bengals play. Pick the winner and the score, $50. Cash goes to whoever wins. And it could be 100. All right? So we're doing pretty good. Who's leading in the standings right now? Who's our leaders? Let's go. Who's our passing leaders? Oh, Lamar Jackson is a passing leader. Let me see something here. Can I get this? All right, come on. Here we go. Lamar Jackson, 4,000. These are crazy numbers. Cam Ward, who no longer will get any, he's gonna drop. JJ, CJ, Lawrence, Allen, and those are your top guys right there. It looks like the AFC is going to win the Super Bowl, too. Look at all these guys from the AFC. Oh, there goes the NFC. But there's a lot of AFC guys. And then we have little old Tyler, the guy that doesn't think he's going to use real-life concepts in Madden. Rushing, of course, no other than Mr. Eric, 1,641 yards. J.K. Dobbins, 1,640. Saquon, 1,337. Jonathan Taylor, and Mr. Jaden Blue, Christian. And you see the rest. Receiving. Who's throwing the bombs? I know who's throwing the bombs. Thanks to Donald, this guy has 21 touchdowns. Jameis Williams, 21 touchdowns. And he has, let's see here, 17 plus 100 yards. 17 plus 100 yards. So as I'm looking here, this is going to be an interesting Super Bowl. If the Giants don't make it, I don't know who's going to get there. But they're definitely going to have to face somebody, and you guys know who it is, because I think it's going to be the Broncos. It's going to be the Broncos. Number one defense right now is Miami. How? It's just the number. Wait, this is not. Am I reading this right? How can Miami have the number one defense? Or is it the number one defensive player? Probably the number one defensive player. So that's where we're at. I'm like I said, this is year 7. 7 years. Let me see. October, November, December, January, February. 7 years, 4 months. The league has been together, and we need to find out what we're doing for the changes. Another rule that I want to get changed, and I'm going through it. Fasico only told me one time. He hasn't gotten with me again. But there's something that I like about the fourth down situation. And the one thing about the fourth down situation is I know that we have to get to our opponent's 40. All right? However, I believe some of this needs to be a coaching decision. And I'm not sure, but the making of it is allow once per game a 4th and 2 situation that you can go for it anytime you want. Allow 1 4th and 1 situation inside the 50-yard line if you're trailing in the second half. Allow 1 4th and 1 inside the 50 if you're tied. I'm thinking about it. Allow in fourth quarter if trailing by 8 to go for it, or allow a 4th down to go if you're down by 14. which we already do. So none of that makes difference. So I think I'm really geared on this fourth and 2 situation and 4th and 1. That's something I want to add because sometimes when you're playing these solid players, you gotta make that decision that's going to cost you the game, and we want to make sure that you coaches are able to coach without it being a big problem. Okay, every time I make changes, it becomes a big problem. So one of the changes I think I want to do is allow you to go for it one time per game, 4th and 2. Anything else, back to the real deal that we always do. Got to reach your opponent's 40. So if there's anything that I like out of that Fasico is allow that person to go for it one time at any situation. Because it's going to be a dumb call, especially the way the game is. So we'll look into that. Fasico, can you please follow up with that? This guy's DMing here. You doing it here instead of to me. So anyway, a lot going on here. So that's it. That's what we have. So the game of the week will be, once again, the Broncos. No, not the Broncos. The Browns and Ravens. I want to pay attention to what happens with the Texans. Yeah, the Texans. And now that we know that we don't have another league, I thought we had the Ballers League. We don't have it. I found out it folded. So now we have to, you guys got to shift all your attention over to Kareem's league for that other league for elite players. So Kareem is in the chat room. He's the Eagles. If you guys that are no longer coming back or looking for that elite league, and I heard a good thing. I heard he got his accuracy at 30% for quarterbacks. That's what I heard. Ain't nobody gonna beat Les. He got his at 7. We're at 45. We're gonna stick at 45. We're not moving it. 45 is the actual medium for me. But every pass should not be accurate. Every pass should not be accurate. Let's see here. Somebody's sending me a message. I don't know why, but what is it? I don't know why they're doing it, but I'm about to go back on vacation. I got a hockey game to go to. But good luck to everybody that's trying to make it to the playoffs. I'm getting ready to go ahead and advance. If anybody is interested right now in helping me make some changes to these rules, I'm going to go in Discord. And once again, if you don't show up, you don't say nothing, this is what it is. If anybody's interested in year 3 for Coaches League, I'm going to Discord. I do have everything all covered for next season. But again, if you are not on our hold list, please get in and get your invite to the other league for 27. I got a little hold thing. Where it has everybody what team you're going to be on. It's there. All right, this way I don't forget. So I am going in Discord for any rule changes or anything else needed. All right, so I am out of here. Just be ready for that game of the week.
Yeah.
Game of the week.
This
It's the game of the week.
Watch a game and the broadcast is even sweet. Coach Marion on the call. John Madden, football. This at the game of the week. New uniforms with the all black cleats. I'm going for the first down. I see the blitz, what now? This is the game of the week. Putting it down on a very nice beat, yeah. This is the game of the week.